Humans are like smartphones. Smartphones have 3 layers: hardware, operating system, and apps. So as humans, we have body, emotions, and thoughts. On the thoughts layer, we can differ tremendously from one another, just like the set of apps we have on different phones. We speak different languages, have different knowledge and beliefs. But on the emotions layer, we can be so similar, just like the phones sharing the same operating system. We all feel joy, sadness, fear, loneliness, happiness, excitement, shame, peace, guilt, desire, anger, anxiety, and love. That's why we get touched by stories from 1,000 years ago and the music from a different culture. And this is also why emojis are the most used language on the planet. If we think of a baby, that's like a new phone being unboxed. They don't have apps yet, but they have the operating system pre-installed. They cry, they laugh, they instinctively know how to communicate with their emotions. From this, it's very easy to see the flaw in our modern education system. On the apps layer, we learn to get master's and PhD degrees. On the hardware layer, we learn about nutrition, we learn how to grow muscles and how to lose weight. But we almost learn nothing about the operating system layer. We never learn how to deal with loss, how to handle fear, anger, and shame, and how to cultivate self-esteem. There are 3 important layers in total, yet we're only educated on 2. And where is behavior in this metaphor? Behavior is like the function of an app. It's the sum of all the layers combined. If the operating system doesn't collaborate, no matter what fancy function the app wants to realize, it simply wouldn't work. In the same way, if our emotions don't collaborate, we can never change the behavior and achieve the goals we rationally set. So for an ambitious person, learning psychology, learning how to handle one's emotions, may well be the biggest low-hanging fruit to unlock one's potential and become the best version one can possibly be. One may think the emotions are all intuitive, that's why there's no need to learn. Well, that's exactly where the problem is. Our operating system doesn't get updated very often. The version we have today was optimized for a social environment from more than 200,000 years ago. Since it's not optimized for the world we live in right now, if we don't consciously learn how to manage our primal instincts, we will keep on living, sure, we will not die, but we will end up with more fear than necessary, and it makes our lives smaller. And this is something we will explain with another simple graphical metaphor in the next episode in our Psychology for Beginners series. If you decide to subscribe, please remember to turn on the bell because this channel is probably too small for the algorithm to show the next episode on your home feed.